Hi there YouTube, Numberhunter91 here, and today I'm going to do a prediction for the upcoming Forbidden Limited list. Now, before I start, two things I want to mention. First of all the cards that I mention in this video are purely speculation of cards that I'd like to see get hit, not like would like to come back in some cases or be increased. Second of all, the image that you can see as the background at the moment is going to be my new playmat. Please be aware that it is currently a work in progress. I will be getting the finished article to be able to show in my proper videos when I do my deck profiles and that this coming Sunday. This is courtesy of my mate Jamie Deacon, so big shout out to him. He is also one of the people that I have spoken to about these cards, and they're cards that we've both said yay or nay to. But these are more my personal choice, and I've just run them by him to see what he thinks. And there are a couple in here that he has said about that I didn't think of. So big shout out to him. Also, another big shout out just quickly to my friend Andy, who also thought of some of these cards. And without people like that, some of these videos won't get made. Jamie has the Mermail deck that's on my channel. I'll put a link to the video in the description below, and Andy has a Cyframe deck profile on my channel, which I'll also put the link for down below. So let's get straight into it, and the very first card is Speedvoid Terratop. Now, that is the ultimate rare picture version of its picture. This card is in so many decks right now. There are ways of putting a halt to it, but personally I think that this will get hit to 1, and that seems to be the general consensus of most of the people that I talk to, purely because of where it is in so many decks. It's just a little too versatile for our liking, so to speak. So yeah, I can see that getting hit to 1. Going on to the next card, we have Cyframe Lord Omega. One of the best, if not the best, generic level 8 synchro. Excuse me. The reason I believe me and my mates think that this one is going to get hit is purely because it is a generic level 8 that can do so much. The fact that it can basically dodge effects, it can help recycle your banished cards, and there are so many decks that can go into it that it's seeing a lot of use in any deck that can make level 8 synchros. Pardon me. So yeah, see that go into 1, which won't affect some decks but will affect others. On to the next one. It is Magispector Unicorn Kirin. Now, it is currently at 1 on the ban list that we're using at the moment here in the TCG. And it's still quite a difficult card to deal with. Being a Magispector, you can't target it or destroy it by your effects if it's on your opponent's side of the field. Any Pendulum deck that can Pendulum level 6s generally run this, either on its own if they've got alternative ways to search it, or they run the small Magispector engine. Personally, can see this getting put to 0, in other words being completely banned, just because it can make games a little one-sided. If for instance you're able to get this out and get out to Totally Awesomes, which I've only ever seen one deck do, and it's not easy, it pretty much shuts the opponent down. So I can see this being hit to 0 and being put completely banned. On to the next one, which is currently banned, but with its new errata, I can see this coming back. Now, I don't know if or when this card will come back, but with its new errata, meaning that you can only use it once per turn, it's likely to come back. They did it with Sinister Serpent, for instance. I think its time on the ban list is coming to an end, slowly. But I think Konami should try this at 1, see how it goes. I don't think it will see a lot of play, to be honest. There will be certain decks that can make use of it, obviously, but being once per turn effect has slowed it down considerably. So on to the next one, and I mentioned it when I was talking about Kirin, and that is Totally Awesome. Now, brand new card in the Invasion Vengeance box set, and can be a pain to deal with if your opponent is able to drop multiple copies of it onto the board. Now, the reason I've chosen this one is because of that reason. It can be dropped multiple times on the board by certain decks. Even at 1, it can be recycled. It can recycle itself from the graveyard back to the extra deck, allowing you to reuse it. Now, because of that, I think it should get hit to 1. It's not gonna really hurt that much, but it will hopefully make games a little bit fairer by only having 1 to get over and not 2 or 3 if they're really lucky to get all 3 of them, if they're running 3 and get all 3 out. One of the big plays that I see with this is Behemoth Shark detaching 1 and bringing this out, because it can basically send itself to the graveyard to negate the activation of a spell, trap, or monster effect. And when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster in the graveyard and add it to hand. So you can either add back a Behemoth Shark that's already gone to grave, or add itself back. So that's why I think it should go to 1. Keeping with the water theme for the next couple of cards, and the next one is Shret, Strategist of the Necros. Now, this card, when Necros were at full power, meant they were building big boards that people struggled to get round, basically. It went limited and then went banned. Now, since it got banned, they've banned Necros Brionac and Necros Unicorn. I've said it that way round because I can't remember the full names. They're now Brionac and Unicorn are now limited, so I think this could come back for at least 1 list at 1, just to try and help make Necros a little bit more competitive and a little bit more playable, shall we say. It'd be nice to see them have a little bit of a comeback, see if they can cope with the current meta and the upcoming metas, possibly. Obviously, the Ginlock that was available at the time when Necros were at full power isn't available anymore because of them banning the Djinn that blocked your opponent's extra deck. So yeah, I can see this coming back to 1, even if they do it like they did with Snatch Steal, bring it back, and if it does too well, ban it again, which wouldn't be an issue. So my next water themed card is Elder Entity Norden. Now, this has just been hit to 1 anyway. It's still seeing quite a bit of play in decks, and for certain decks it is one of the main ways that they go into Behemoth Shark into Totally Awesome. Now, the OCG have now banned Norden, and I think we might follow a similar route ourselves here in the TCG. It gives so much advantage off of this one card. If you use it, it will boost Abyss Dweller to 2/2 because it's a water type, water attribute. It can help you bring out lightning through going Utopia and then Utopia Lightning. Behemoth Shark, if you have another level 4 water to go with it. There are just far too many plays that you can take and go with from Norden that personally I think it will go to 0, and that seems to be a fairly decent agreement through quite a few Yu-Gi-Oh players and Yu-Gi tubers as well. So that I can see getting banned. Admittedly, I wouldn't personally like it. I do like to use it in a couple of my decks, but I can see it banned just because it is so versatile. Next off is Union Hanger. Now, again, absolute brand new card with the ABC deck. This card just gives them a little too much advantage personally, and therefore I can see it getting hit to 1. It has been hit to 1 on the OCG list. Excuse me. And again, I think we can follow a similar line with it. The fact that when it's actually activated, you can add a light machine type Union monster from deck to hand, is in itself a half decent effect. But then once per turn, if you normal or special summon a light machine Union type monster, except for the damage step, you can target one and then equip another Union monster with a different name to that card. So hence why ABCs can basically abuse it. Therefore, personally, put it to 1. Not a lot more I can say about that one. Now, the next two are personal preference for the first one, and my mate Jamie brought up the last one, which I'll go into a bit more detail when I get to it. The next one is Performage plus Fire, which, sorry, I got the two cards the wrong way round. Yes, before people say that is not the proper artwork and picture for Plush Fire, but I liked how it looked, so that's why I've chosen it. Plush Fire, back in Pepe days, was massive. Basically, it was one of the bigger combo pieces, just allowing it to go into the pendulum zone. You use Luster to pop it, search another Plush Fire off of Luster, and then Plush Fire's effect kicks in when it hits the extra deck, allowing you to special summon a Performage from hand or deck to the field, except for itself. So it opened up so many plays back in Pepe format, when Pepe were at full power before that emergency ban list. Personally, because they've limited Luster Pendulum, they've limited Ignista, Draco Face offering as well, I think it could come back as a trial back to 1. It'd be nice to have it back even at 1, just to see how it goes, and then if it does power boost the deck too much, then ban it again, same as they did with Snatch Steal. But yeah, it's one of those cards that I know why it was banned, but the rest of the deck's been hit. You've got no more Monkey Board, you've got Skull Crobat Joker at 1. So there's so many cards now that used to be in the main heavy duty Pepe deck before the emergency list that have now been hit, that I think it might be able to come back at 1, and if it does, see how it goes. It might not even get used anymore. And then on to the very last card, which is my personal preference, and I know there's a few people that play the deck already that would love to see this happen. Charge of the Light Brigade to come back to 3. Now, we've already got it at 2, and even playing it at 2, you don't really see it as often as you'd need to in the deck. I know Minerva Lightsworn is a thing with the XE prize card, but the prize card isn't available to everyone. Let this come back to 3 for a little bit, even if it's just for one list, like Plushfire, like Shrit, because it would be nice just to see Lightsworns become, I say, a little bit more mainstream. It's probably not the right phrase, but it's the one I'm going to use. I love Lightsworns. I love having a laugh with them. I don't own the XE Minerva, and unfortunately I'm not going to anytime soon because of the fact it is a prize card and it is so pricey. But I'd love to have Chartered Light Brigade at 3, just to see how it goes, see what I can do with the deck, and just see the sort of plays that can come from it. Again, if it gets too powerful, ban it on the next list. But yeah, I'd like to see that come back. So that is the 10 cards that I've chosen with the help of a couple of my mates. Any comments, please put them down below. Please also like and subscribe to my channel and videos. And if you do subscribe, hit the little bell button just so that you can see when I do upload these videos. I have got some more decks that I'm in the process of building to bring up, and I'm also in the process of looking at doing my very first live stream, which fingers crossed I can do. What I'm actually going to do for the live stream, I'm not too sure at the moment. It will probably be duel/Q&A, more than likely using Wygo Pro if I can get it to run properly. I've been having a few problems with it, but I'm looking into it. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know in the comment section if you think there's cards that I've not mentioned that you'd like to see brought back, or limited, semi-limited, or banned. Let us know what you think of my choices and my mate's choices. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? I want to start a little bit of a discussion with it, basically. So yeah, let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in my next video.